What's burning? What's burning? What's burning with KB?
It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome in. It's another exciting edition of What's Burnin' here on Lake TV. Glad to be with you, KB, in the house. And, of course, a brand new show. We start those every Thursdays and run them all week long. 7 a.m., 5 p.m., and 11 p.m. Thanks to all of our great sponsors, SRG Financial Advisors, as well as Budget Blinds, Ozarks Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake, and the official water of What's Burnin', our good friends at Culligan, Lake of the Ozarks. Plenty of adventures today, including the history lesson of a lifetime with Bill Mulder and Professor Jim Paisley. It's all coming up on the program. Stick around right here on Lake TV.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozarks Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozarks Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozarks Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
Hey, welcome in to What's Burnin' here on Lake TV on another beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks. And we like to talk a little sports. We like to talk some local topics. And when we have the chance to do it, I like to bring in my radio brother from another mother, Chris Schneider. How's it going, man?
Good, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to see you.
It's always fun to join you.
I enjoy the opportunity. We talk a lot of local sports here. local high school sports and what's going on. But some interesting developments in the world of sports that would affect most Kansas City Chiefs fans, possibly St. Louis Cardinals fans, and the future of the Kansas City Chiefs on a couple of different levels. First and foremost, Tyreek Hill goes to the Dolphins. Chiefs get a boatload of draft picks. Gosh, I almost hate to ask you this because I think I know what the answer is going to be. Who got the better end of that deal?
Chiefs by far,
Right.
not even close.
Right.
And the main reason is Tyreek's contract was going to be up at the end of this coming year. There's no way the Chiefs would be able to afford to bring him back without blowing up the rest of the team. So they were going to lose him anyway.
Yeah.
They get rid of him. They get a lot of draft picks back. I think the Chiefs win this in a big way.
Yeah, and they certainly now have an opportunity to really position themselves with these draft picks. They get the draft picks that they would be entitled to,
Yep.
plus these additional draft picks from Miami this year and next year. That really puts them in the catbird seat as far as rebuilding.
Yeah.
And we know that the Chiefs' defense, suspect yet again this year. Steve Spagnuolo putting them through the grinder a little bit, not getting the results they initially wanted. They come back. So I guess defense is what you're going to be shopping for in the draft.
Well, I would be. With Andy Reid, you don't know because he's all about the offense, right? So they might just keep loading up on offense. People like you and me are worth saying, like, well, you need to get some talent over there on the defensive side.
Right.
I mean, you just can't keep outscoring everybody. And last year, I mean, even the offense struggled a little bit. So I would like to see them beef up on defense,
Yeah.
get stronger on defense. It's not going to be a cakewalk next year because the Chargers and the Broncos and the Raiders have all gotten better.
Yes. The AFC West is improving to the point where I don't think you're going to see the Chiefs dominating like they've dominated for the last few years anyway.
Yeah.
On the other end of the state, St. Louis Cardinals, they signed Albert Pujols, bringing him back for one more season. And, I'm already setting the table for the storybook ending. Yachty, Albert, they get in there, play some great baseball, get into the playoffs, go to the World Series, win the whole thing, and ride off into the sunset.
Boy, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
That would be a great story. And the way it seems to me like sports, like every NFL playoff game last year was like 1 point overtime game, right? So it seems like sports are able to kind of coordinate how things go.
Yeah.
So maybe Major League Baseball can make that happen where, the Cardinals can go to the World Series, maybe win the World Series. So Albert was with the Cardinals before. They won 2 World Series. So, hey, you never know.
And we talk about Major League Baseball and the fact that they had a lockout in place and the season's going to start a few days later than it normally would. Do you think that puts a bad taste in the mouth of the fans? And I say that because I've already heard a few people say, you know what? I'm so tired of these people being in a position where they make all this money and then they get into all of these contractual obligations and various other things that slow down the season or bring it to a screeching halt. So do you think people are going to come out and support Major League Baseball like they normally would?
I think they will, but they're losing people.
Yeah,
I think they really started losing people last year when they jumped into the politics, moving the All-Star game and all that stuff. I mean, there were some hardcore baseball fans that jumped off and didn't even watch a game. I was one of them. I didn't watch one game last year during the regular season. Baseball, it's kind of, to me, it's just kind of gotten all tied up with all the crap going on in politics and stuff like that. And it's millionaires battling billionaires for more money with this, 99-day lockout that they had. And they're going to make more money because they come out with an expanded playoff, 12 teams in the playoffs, and the National League is now going to the designated hitter along with the American League. So I'm kind of over baseball.
Now let's jump back across the state to Kansas City.
Okay.
And I guess it just depends on what side of the border you're on. Kansas City, Missouri versus Kansas City, Kansas. Chiefs have announced that maybe, just maybe, they'd like to move the team, and maybe not so much the team, but there has been talk in that general vicinity about moving the Chiefs from Arrowhead over into Kansas City, Kansas, around the Kansas Speedway. And so there's a poll out there now to kind of get a vibe from Chiefs Kingdom as to what those folks feel would be the best move. But obviously, I think we all see the writing on the wall. It's not so much about moving the Chiefs from Missouri to Kansas as it is about the Chiefs getting a brand spanking new facility. And some people would agree that, even after the upgrades that they've made here in the last few years, that maybe it's time for them to have a stadium, since the Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl and to the AFC Championship game, that maybe we need to give this team something worthy of its past record. But are they putting the cart ahead of the horse?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's two schools of thought on that. You've got a lot of big, new, incredible football stadiums
Ridiculous.
out there. Yeah, Cowboys' new stadium, the new one they built for the Rams and Chargers in L.A.
Right.
I think in Seattle they got that new one. And these are really, really cool stadiums. But you lose something with those stadiums too. You kind of lose the closeness of the fans. So, and then let's go back to baseball. You've still got Fenway Park and Wrigley Field, which opened on the same day in like 1912 or something like that. And there's something special about those ballparks, right? But you also have the new, really pretty cool ballpark. Same thing in football. So it's kind of like, which way are you going to go? You're going to go for the fan base? I'm guessing the Chiefs fan base would love to stay at Arrowhead.
Well, as always, if you have a little input on what we're talking about, KB at MyLakeTV.com, that's a great way to express your thoughts and opinions. And maybe we can even bring some folks in along the way that can embellish on this a little bit more. A lot closer to home, the Osage Beach Factory Outlet Mall, which has been a hub for the city of Osage Beach for a lot of years. Within the last decade, we've really seen businesses kind of abandoned. It's like somebody jumping off a burning ship, or somebody screaming fire in a crowded movie house, as they say. People have just been, leaving this place in droves. And so it's not quite what it used to be. There is a group that would like to come in and they would like to redevelop it. And they are talking state-of-the-art, world-class facility. They're also talking tax increment financing, which some people like and some people don't. I get that. However, at this particular point in time, do you think it makes sense to put the time and the effort? And I did talk to Gina Woods, who's the city administrator of the city of Osage Beach, and she was pretty tight-lipped about where it's at right now. They don't have a lot of wiggle room to talk about it, but there is a TIF that's being kicked around, and they have to get the board together, a TIF board together, and things like that. When you look at this facility and you look at facilities like it all over the country, and we're seeing those major chain stores that would normally be included in something like this evacuating and basically going and just dealing with things online, does this make sense?
To me, I'd say yes. And again, sometimes the devil's in the details, who's running it, who's getting rich off of it and stuff like that. But if this is a community effort, which it looks like it is, the Foster family very involved in that. They're local longtime people here at the lake. I think it's a wonderful thing if they can do this, and it'll be community based. Think of all the people who used to come to the lake just because the outlet mall was here.
Absolutely.
Wasn't even because the water was here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they're talking about, bringing that factor back to it. I think that would be a huge boon for the area. It'd be a wonderful thing, as long as it isn't put together in a way that people are ripping off the local community. But I don't think that's what's happening.
I think at one point, we really looked at that particular facility as an outlet for lower prices. And then things at some point changed over the years. Then brick and mortar stores were having a hard time getting people through the door. It was much easier to go online and order whatever you needed. And now we see various cities starting to take advantage of that through a use tax, which they collect when people order things online. And they try to turn around and put that back into the community for things like road improvements and other things like that. As a matter of fact, on the ballot on April 5th, and I know this show will air a couple of days after that, so it's really important that you take a close look, because there's a lot of that use tax information that various cities are proposing on the April 5th ballot. Chris, we are cruising into the the final leg of what I wanted to talk about here with you today. And really, one other thing was short-term rentals. I know that was something that we focused on here and how important it is to the Lake of the Ozarks, and I don't know how much research you've done. But again, just real quick, an interesting kind of a side note here is that Camden County kind of has their hands in this thing where you've got the prosecuting attorney who is involved in a lawsuit and the prosecuting attorney who's now in charge of rewriting the land use code.
Yeah, it seems like they're double dipping there, doesn't it? I haven't done a whole lot of research. I heard you and Stacy Shore talking about this on Key Radio last week, and it was fascinating. It just seems like, in Camden County there has, over the years, there's kind of become some dirty politics, a whole lot of hiding what's going on, and doing things, trying to do things without the public knowing about it. And so it seems like especially thanks to some of the media work you're doing, a lot of this is coming to light. People are hearing about it, knowing about it, stuff like this. The rental thing seems to be a problem. They need to figure that out because that's such a huge money base for this community.
Absolutely.
If they throw that out the door, wow, that's gonna change a lot of things.
Absolutely. We'll keep you posted on this particular issue and a lot of other issues. Chris, thanks for hanging out with me, brother.
Anytime.
Great to see you. We got more coming up on What's Burning here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement, whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
Hey, welcome into What's Burning here on Lake TV, and a rare opportunity to get the best of both worlds in our On the Trail segment. Of course, the host of On the Trail, Mr. Bill Mulder. And to my right, the one and only Professor Jim Paisley. Where are we? Where we are at St. Patrick's Church off of O Road in Laurie. And the significance behind having both of these very knowledgeable gentlemen with me is because Bill is going to provide some history. And in this particular instance, we're going to be able to trace the church back to its actual foundation, where they, were building the church and why and who was involved. And that's where Jim Paisley comes in mind. Gentlemen, it's great to have you out here.
Thank you.
I know it's not the best of circumstances weather-wise, but I think we've been pretty fortunate, and we'll have some more chances for nice weather.
You bet.
The good thing is we're not here to celebrate a wake or,
That's right.
things like that. We're here to talk a little business today, and that is where we'll get things kind of started with Bill Mulder. So tell us a little bit about the area that we're in and this church, and then we'll segue over to Jim Paisley and get his involvement.
Okay.
This church in this area has one of the most unique histories you will find in the Lake area because of the way it come about. Now, we're talking in the 1820s, 1822 to be exact, when 7 people, leaders of the Osage Nation, went to Florissant to speak with the bishop up there
That's
about
in St. Louis, by the way.
bringing somebody here, a minister here, to minister to them. It wasn't the local Anglo settlers, it was the Osage Indians that said, we want this. So they made the trip. There was an agreement made, and they would send a circuit minister down here every once in a while, and he was here for a whole month. And the celebration not only included the local Osage population, but trappers. Some of the French trappers are still here.
Right.
Some people seeking fortune in other ways. And they would go from house to house. It wasn't like they were in this church, because this church didn't come down for a few more years, but they would stay in people's houses. This minister would. And they would just circulate around. But this, for a whole month, when he was here, they had a heck of a celebration. So it just boggles the mind to me when I think about, because when I started doing the research, I thought, well, goodness, this is going to be maybe some of the local French influence or Irish influence. And no, here we have the Osage being the point of the spear to get this to start.
Right.
And then we go a few more years down the road, and the idea of the circuit rider is still going on. And a fellow named Johnson, who was from Ireland, had been here. He went back to Ireland after he saw this, because he said, this is Ireland. This is exactly where I live. Got his family come back here, did his homestead. We're standing basically in the middle of it, and then donated a plot of ground for the church, and they started building it. And all this stone you see behind us in this church was hand cut from a quarry just over the hill behind us. So this was all hand done, and they had one poor old oxen that drug those stones up the hill from the quarry back here, and then they built this. And we've talked about different things that they've done in this area. This is probably one of the most labor intensive.
Oh, sure.
And as we look at some of the footage a little later, you're going to see it's still got the old isinglass. You'll see the waves in the glass. Now, the cool thing about this was, I think another reason they chose this particular plot of land, it was kind of in the center of where all the action was, so to say. There was not a Laurie, but there was down the road here, Riffletown. And I bet we have somebody here that could help us with a little bit of history on Riffletown.
I'm sure, and we'll ask Jim about Riffletown here in just a moment. But my question for you is, when the ox completed the ox's duties, did they eat them, you think?
I'm pretty sure they had a barbecue.
You can't let a good ox go to waste for any reason. Professor Jim Paisley is with us here as well today. And this is something, you reached out and you were talking to us about doing this because of the family connection. Bill Mulder mentions Riffletown, and that's where you come in.
Absolutely, and I'm a big fan of the show that Bill has been doing, and when I saw him doing these, I thought, I've got one I think I'd love to do with him, and that's exactly why we're here today. My family, my last name's Paisley, but my mom's last name was Riffle, and of all things, her family was down here all the way back in 1866. Now, it's pretty fascinating in that I have relatives buried here at this church, and my great-great-grandfather was one of the fellas. He's right here on the cornerstone for the church that helped build this church, and his name was Josiah Riffle. He left Pennsylvania. He was of German heritage, actually Alsace-Lorraine in the area between France and Germany. And they immigrated to the United States. He was in Pennsylvania, and when he was 51 years old, he decided, we're going to pack up and head to Missouri. And when he came, he brought with him my great-grandfather, Peter. So Josiah came here with his family and his son Peter, and sure enough, they had a farm right down over the hill here where Mill Creek is. Mill Creek, those of you familiar with the lake, up the Gravois Arm is Mill Creek Cove, and that's where their family farm was. What was interesting is that he came here, built a sawmill and a general store, and several other settlers came around the area, and that's where they established Riffeltown that Bill shared with us. And Riffeltown got to be kind of a going concern. And with that, my family continued to prosper here in the area. And Peter, the son of Josiah, then got married and had his family. And his family included 8 girls and 1 boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
And the 1 boy was my grandfather. And those of you who've been to my website, that picture there depicts Peter and his family, my grandfather, Thomas Riffle, and all of his sisters.
Right. And your website, by the way, truehistoryprofessor.com.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Now, what I found fascinating, if you look at that picture, this poor guy, my grandfather, he had 8 sisters, 6 of which became nuns. Yes. And there they are dressed in their habits. Yes. So here's the lone guy. He's got all these sisters and a very devout Catholic family. And as I said, Josiah, my great-great-grandfather, was involved in building the church along with his son, Peter. And they prospered quite well and did really well in the area. Later on, the town finally got a post office, and it became known as Gladstone. And so that's kind of something that, I think Bill's kind of looked into a little bit for us as well. I think it's interesting in that, the family having been here with all the nuns and everything, they lived on that farm all the way until the time that the lake was filled. And I have a picture, and hopefully we can get it here on the show with us, that shows my grandfather standing at the old house place there in Mill Creek as the waters of the Lake of the Ozarks are rising. So the farm is actually underneath Mill Creek Cove. Another interesting tidbit there is that he was offered $7,000 for the whole thing, for his farm, house, the whole bit, or he could take $5,000 and keep all the land around the cove. Unfortunately for me, he took the $7,000. And so he took that $7,000, and the family eventually moved to Moberly, Missouri. Now, bear in mind, this is in the 20s, okay, right before the Great Depression. So a man with $7,000 in his pocket went to Moberly, and sure enough, he basically bought the town, and they elected him mayor. Yeah, so, go figure. So yeah,
I think that kind of comes with the deed.
Yes, exactly right. So it's like I say, my family has a long history here. Josiah's tombstone is over here, and his wife. They're both buried here at the cemetery. Right. And like I say, it's just fascinating to me to be a part of this.
Well, what's interesting about all of this is you think about what Bill started us out with, and bringing someone from the St. Louis area to the Lake of the Ozarks. And, for us, you hop in the car, you're here in about 2.5, 3 hours. This was like like a cattle drive that it would take you almost a week or so to get here.
Probably about a week for them to get here.
Yeah, going to what? The Mississippi to the Missouri to the Osage?
Well, the Missouri to the Osage, and then up the Gravois.
Okay.
And, then walking.
And horseback.
And whatever else, it's a long, arduous journey. It wasn't as easy as we have it today. And you said something interesting. Your family's from the Alsace-Lorraine area. So were the Mulder.
Really?
Same region, yes, sir.
See, we're probably cousins. Yeah.
What is that?
Then there's this English guy.
Yeah, well.
And there's this guy. Yeah.
English. My family just came over from Ireland in the 1800s. That's all I got to say there. And
well, you're right at home then.
Yeah.
We'll do my genealogy family tree another time.
Yeah.
This is so fascinating when you think about it because of the history and where a lot of these folks originated from. You talk about a family from Pennsylvania. You talk about, the St. Louis connection.
Right.
All meeting here at the Lake of the Ozarks when absolutely none of this was standing.
Right.
You maybe had a farmhouse.
Right.
And a few other things, but you really didn't have much of anything in the area. Now, of course, you've got O Road and a lot of businesses and homes and condos and everything else that comes with the Lake of the Ozarks. This is so fascinating that these people settled on this spot that we're standing on right here, right now, to build this church. So, and maybe what we want to do is Jim mentioned Gladstone. Maybe you could give us a little background on that.
Well, I surely will. And we did forget one nationality.
What's that?
Because one of the guys that helped build this church was Scottish.
Okay.
So religion was...
We didn't do it on purpose,
and Paisley is a Scottish name.
Paisley is, yeah.
Yes.
But there is... it was just everybody chipping in.
It's like the flipping UN here today.
Yeah. And the reason was, what this building represented was a gathering place for towns like Purvis, Gladstone, etc. Now, if looking in front of us, it would be hard to tell, but Gladstone would just be a couple of ridges over and down in the Gravois. The Gravois is just, and I'm sure our viewers are going, what's he pointing at? Well, I'm pointing over toward the Gravois. But the Gravois, it was very close here.
Right.
Gladstone, Riffeltown, a.k.a. Gladstone, and I cannot find what exactly was the reason, but I'm going to guess there was probably already a Riffeltown in existence when they applied for the patent for the post office. That's generally what happened. Riffle, even though that's your family name, was also a name of a physical feature in a river. So like a rapids, but here in the Ozarks are called riffles. So there's probably another Riffeltown out there somewhere. So
then there's Ruffles and Raffles and
Ruffles and Ruffles have ridges.
That's right.
But that's probably what happened. Something of that nature. And they said, okay, what's your next best thing? Well, Gladstone. And Gladstone was one of those communities, like a lot of other communities. They had a lumber yard, a sawmill, a grain mill, all kinds of different things. So that was the community tie. Everybody would come from there. There may have been a handful of people actually lived in the community, but that's where everybody come to. That's where all the necessities were. That's where the Walmart of the day, being the old grist mill, was probably the Walmart, where you come and got your grain taken care of. You bought what you needed, probably salt, things like that, and then you went back into the hills or up to Gravois or wherever it was your farmstead was and stayed there. And I was looking at the picture of your grandfather as he was looking at the water coming up.
Right.
And there's a certain sadness in his eyes.
Yes, there is.
You can tell that he's really starting to grasp what has just happened.
Yes.
And that was very true of a lot of people that were here when the lake was filled. Because everything he knew growing up is now gone.
And
it's
I
wiped
can't
out.
even imagine what a hard scrabble existence it had to be to turn around and actually build a farm and a home, everything by hand yourself.
Everything.
And to lose that had to be just, pretty devastating when you think about it.
And basically you had no choice.
Right.
We're doing this whether you like it or not. You can either take our offer or we're just going to hand you money and you're out of here regardless.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Now, when we were visiting the old Lynn Creek Cemetery.
Yes, sir.
And we were talking about the town of Lynn Creek, and everybody said, well, you can see the steeple through the lake. Was it the same process where they tore all those buildings down and then allowed it to flood?
Everything was flattened, including trees. If the tree was a certain height and a certain part of the lake bed, they had to take it down for navigational purposes. But that was what happened to Gladstone, too. Everything was raised down to the foundations. And when we talk about foundations, we're not talking probably about a Fort cement. It was either a few logs they were set on, or some stones that they had picked up and stacked.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, we've got a bit of an introduction to our history lesson on the trail today. Bill Mulder, Jim Paisley, KB. Let's take a look around, and we'll get back together and talk some more.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Hey, welcome back to What's Burnin' here on Lake TV. I want to send a shout out to my good friends at Culligan Lake of the Ozarks. Hey, Culligan man, 573-346-5221. They're always ready with an ice cold bottle of Culligan water for a nice refreshing break on a hot day or any day for that matter. They are the official water, the official bottled water of What's Burnin' here on Lake TV. Hey, Penny. Hey, everybody over there, Kevin and the gang. We took you back, or we're going to take you back on a What's Burnin' KB Classic to the first annual Food Truck Festival at the Laurie Hillbilly Fairgrounds to kind of set the stage for what's coming up here very shortly, and that's the second annual Lake of the Ozarks Food Truck Festival. Maybe they'll do a fall and a spring and kind of keep that vibe going. It's going to be on Saturday, April the 9th, Sunday, April the 10th, noon to 7 both days. Lots and lots of food trucks. The food trucks you see in the area, and maybe even some starting to come in from out of the area to grow the event. Live music, fun for the kids, and some additional businesses. You'll probably recognize them as well. So we invite you to get out, enjoy the second annual Lake of the Ozarks Food Truck Festival, Saturday and Sunday, April 9th and 10th, noon to 7 at the Hillbilly Fairgrounds, as we take you back to round one on Lake TV. Hey, it's KB for What's Burnin' here on Lake TV, hanging out at the Laurie Hillbilly Fairgrounds for the first annual Food Truck Festival. We're going to take a look around here today and enjoy some of the sights and sounds. I really wish we had smell-o-vision because, the aroma here from all these wonderful food trucks is just perfect. And a great day for it going on here at the Laurie Hillbilly Fairgrounds. Let's check it out. We've got food trucks galore here today, and one of the great food trucks that's, actually we tried their food, and I know it's delicious. This is Brandon. Where are you guys from?
We're from Stover.
The Stover area, and what kind of food are you serving here today?
We're doing Mexican food, burritos, tamales, enchiladas, got some cinnamon ice cream and some cinnamon rolls as well.
I'll tell you what, I tried the tamales, off the hook, brother. They're delicious. These are like family recipes, right?
Absolutely. The tamales, we actually just started making them last year, so everything else, it's all family recipe stuff, yes.
And I'll tell you what, you can buy a tamale or you can buy 20 tamales for a very nice price. You can get like 20 tamales for like $21, something like that.
They're actually 20 for a dozen, but yeah.
Very good. What did I say, 20? I'm thinking with my eyes and my stomach, not with my brain here today. Well, we appreciate you guys coming out. What's the turnout been like so far?
It's been great pretty much everywhere. I actually just went and did a walk around. We're doing great. Seems to be everyone's doing great just in general. So thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Great to see you, and take care. That's all right. That's all right. Checking out all the cool food trucks here today at the Loring Hillbilly Fairgrounds. Josh Butterfield, Ashley Hayes. Hi there, everybody. And like everybody else, you guys are pretty busy today. What a great turnout.
Yes, it's been epic. This has been an epic turnout. We're really happy Mother Nature decided to play along. This morning when we woke up, it was a really bad forecast, but as we started to set up and progress through the day, it turned out epic. So looks like it's going to hold off till about 5 or 6 this evening. So
good deal. Absolutely great on the weather. Tell us a little bit about your food truck, Josh.
Yes, sir. We're just a mobile coffee shop. We got coffee, espresso, cappuccino. We got smoothies. Lemonade, we can mix and match. We got 25 different flavors. We got a cinnamon roll. My favorite's a cinnamon roll. It's cinnamon, vanilla, and caramel. We do a s'mores, toasted marshmallow. We use that good Ghirardelli chocolate. We try to use the finest products and everything. We got a local roaster out of Max Creek, Firefly Valley. They bring their beans in from all over the world, roast them right there, and we let it acclimate 3 days and serve it as fresh as we can get it. Our coffee and our espresso, and it's just really good stuff. We try to make everything as high quality as we can, and we got a bunch of flavors we can mix and match. We got a thin mint, we've got peanut butter cups, we've got, like I said, the cinnamon roll, s'mores, we got pumpkin pie, apple pie, the list just goes on and on. Toffee, we can just do about anything. We even got cookie dough.
Are you the face of the business? Because I don't see you doing much work. I see Ashley doing the majority of the work back there.
Well, funny story is, right? I don't even drink coffee, so I've always been more on the construction side of life, doing construction work, and I've had my own businesses and stuff, and I've always wanted to do something with her and get together, and I said, we should try something. And we went around and we traveled, did festivals a lot, and I want to do like a concession stand and catch a bunch of people, and she's like, well, why don't we do coffee? And she worked at Margaritaville for 10 years. She had she has experience in bartending, barista, all that stuff. And she's like, all right, well, let's do a coffee trailer. And I said, okay, you're the boss. And she said, no problem. So I ran down to Florida. I bought this coffee trailer, and we've just been working really hard to make it ever since. She quit there, unfortunately. She really loved it there, but she likes doing her own thing now. So it's just me and her. And we've just hit the ground running. This is our full-time gig. So we really push hard to try and stay as busy as we can. And we're really loving it. It's just me and her, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of freedom, a lot of fun.
Awesome. Being your own boss is the way to be, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, Josh.
Yes,
Thank you, Ashley. Good to see you guys. All right. We're going to look around some more. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let us know how it goes. Hopefully we'll get to come back here again next year.
Yes, sir. We'd love to have you. We want to do another one in about 6 months. We plan on doing another one in about 6 months and have it here again and just keep it going.
Hanging out here, yes, we are at the Food Truck Festival, the first annual, KB with Lake TV, of course. I know who I am. Who are you, nice lady?
I'm Cherie Thibodeau.
And let's talk a little bit about your food truck.
Sheba Snacks Food Truck, been in business for about 3 years now.
And what kind of food you got for us here today?
Comfort foods, basically we have pizzas today. It changes all the time. I have a chalkboard menu, so we change all the time. Today we've got pizzas and Frito boats and a teriyaki rice bowl, hot dog. I'm trying to think of everything else we have on here. I don't want to miss anything. Frito boats, ground beef nachos, and a good soup.
And I've seen you around all over the place before. Where normally can people find your food truck?
You would find where we're going to be on Facebook. You find me on Facebook and like my page, and we post there everywhere we're going to be because we're just at festivals every weekend.
Well, it's great to have you out here. What do you think about this turnout today? This is incredible.
Oh my gosh, it was such a surprise. We just did not expect this with the weather, and then this is the time of year we were not expecting this at all. We had people bringing us backup food because we were about to run out.
That's not a bad problem to have, though.
The best kind of problem.
Yeah, you don't want leftover food in your food truck because then that means you have to take it home and feed your family or stuff like that.
Yeah, they hate that.
How long have you been doing this, by the way?
3 years.
And what got you started? What got you interested in it?
Oh, I've wanted a food truck for probably 25 years, but I had little kids at home, so I wasn't able to do it by myself yet. And then once the kids got to be teenagers, then I decided to go ahead and just start it. So we bought an RV. My husband's a builder, so he revamped the whole inside of it, and we've been in business ever since.
Awesome. Great to see you out here. Thanks for coming.
See you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We've got all kinds of food trucks out here today, but we also have the ever-popular, highly sought-after Mary out here, entertaining the kids and doing some face painting. So what do you think of the event today?
This is awesome. For the first time, it's amazing. Thank God the weather is holding for us as well. So yeah, we're happy.
Well, I got to say, man, it's great to see the turnout. It's great to have all the people here. We've got live entertainment. We've got you here face painting. How long have you been entertaining the kiddos?
I have been face painting for 12 years. I have kids that come up to me that I used to paint at Applebee's, and they were like 4 years old, and now they're like driving. So, I'll tell you what, it's been an interesting road. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Do you have a favorite food truck? Have you had a chance to kind of go around?
Oh, once I sit down, I'm kind of stuck here. It's like every time I go to stand up, I get a new line of people. So,
what do you
recommend? What do you recommend?
Now, we had the Mexican over here. That's just right next to you, next to the coffee folks right there.
Coffee, I know.
And it is kind of torture having to be stuck here because you don't get to get up and move around at all.
Smells. You can see the smoke wafting by. Everything smells so good. That's one of the challenges of working these kinds of gigs.
What about getting out and doing these types of events? How many of these things do you think you do a year?
Well, 2020 was a challenge. I don't do as many festivals as I used to because I have so many customers that hire me for other things. But festivals are always fun. It's always fun to meet new people.
Well, it's great to have you out here today. Hopefully you'll get an opportunity to get up and check out some of these great food booths.
Absolutely. Well, we have Jennifer over here. She's from Climax Springs, and I know that if I need it, I can get up and walk, and she'll be fine to handling it.
Well, it's great to have both of you here. Thanks for taking some time with us today.
Thank you, KB. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. We're going to keep on keeping on here at the first annual Food Truck Festival at the Laurel Hillbilly Fairgrounds. Great day here today, and we hope that you made it out here. If not, they said they were possibly going to do another one in about 6 months, which would be right around springtime. So hopefully we'll be back for that one as well. But this is like heaven to me, food truck heaven at the first annual Food Truck Festival, Laurel Hillbilly Fairgrounds. KB with What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement, whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey Jess. Yeah, Nicole, what do you need? Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront. And a brand new kitchen. I'm headed out there after I type this email. I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
Hey, we're hanging out at Ozarks Cat and K9 with the KB's Furry Friends, presented by the good folks at our veterinary at the lake. And I've got a good friend here already. It doesn't take long when you come into the cat room to make friends. These cats are all looking for good homes, just like Fiona. And we're going to talk a little bit about Fiona. Fiona's getting comfortable, making sure that Fiona is exactly where Fiona wants to be. Mary Meow Me Tilly is with us as well. Tell us about Fiona, Mary.
Okay. Fiona is about 1.5 years old. Very friendly, very loving.
Yes.
As you can see, she likes she likes the human attention, likes to snuggle in. She actually was a transfer to us from Ivy Bend Animal Rescue in Ivy Bend. And so we've talked about in the past, sometimes how when we get overwhelmed on animals and we work with some of the larger organizations to transfer them out, we also like to try to help some of the smaller ones around here when they get overwhelmed and we have space to transfer some in. So we took 4 cats from Ivy Bend a few weeks ago, and 2 of whom have been adopted already. We've got Fiona, and we've got a little tabby girl named Daisy left from there.
Well, Fiona and Daisy need a home, so you can come on down to Ozarks Cat and K9 and check out who they've got. We've got, let's see, probably about a half dozen or so cats here in the cat room. Some are maybe hiding, but Fiona would love to come to your home and have you love on her and feed her and kiss her and pet her and just make her a part of your family. Anything special about her? Anything we need to know about her? Or she's just
she doesn't have any restrictions or anything. She's very people friendly. When you walk in the room, she's one of them that usually is going to come right up to you and jump in your lap and want all that love and attention.
Well, she's certainly going to get some love and attention because she's a lover, not a fighter. And when you get love, you like to give love. And so I think that's exactly what you're going to find right here with Fiona. So we're getting into springtime. Anything's change around the shelter at all, the way you do things, or you get a little bit more activity, I'm sure?
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot more foot traffic come in, especially on the weekends, and puppies. Oh, puppies! Every day we're having multiple calls. People who, I took in a stray, and now she's popped out puppies in my garage.
Yeah, you've got a few puppies here.
So we've got a few puppies here right now that'll be ready in a couple of weeks, and more on the waiting list to come in. Haven't really had all the calls yet about kittens, but we're sure that's on its way too.
Yeah. So. Well, cats, dogs, kitties, puppies, you can find them all here at Ozarks Cat and K9, and they'd love to have a nice home. It's about that time, and certainly a lot of these animals are just, I guess, I don't want to say down on their luck, but they are a little bit, as far as sometimes it's a surrender, sometimes it's a stray, whatever the case may be, but they all have wonderful hearts, and they would all love to make somebody a nice new family member.
Yep. They don't know why they ended up here.
No.
And, it's hard to explain it to them. They just
Sure
know
is.
that, as good a care as we take of them here, there's better places for them to be and,
Come over here,
in a
Fiona.
home and getting one-on-one attention all the time. And so we just want to find good homes for them. And,
Right on. Well,
we,
you know
we
where to
miss
come.
them, but we want to get them out of here.
Yeah, I guess it is tough sometimes. You do probably get attached to some of them.
Yeah. Don't know if you saw the news the other day on our Facebook page, but Cat got adopted,
Cat.
the one that had the cast
Right.
on. So that was very good for him. The couple came in here and he just made it known he picked them and he wasn't going to leave them alone until they decided they wanted him too.
He wanted out, and he wanted out right then and there.
Yeah, and we have word that he is made good friends with their female cat already, and
good.
they are king and queen of the castle.
Outstanding. Well, folks, you know what to do and how to do it. So come on down and see all the folks here and all the wonderful cats, dogs, kitties, puppies at Ozarks Cat and K9 with KB's Furry Friends on Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532. Hey, as always, I want to thank you for joining us here on Lake TV for What's Burnin'. Join us each and every week, man. We always do so much cool stuff, have so much fun, and we accidentally learn a lot, too. Thanks to all of our sponsors, SRG Financial Advisors, Budget Blinds, Ozark Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake, and the official water of What's Burnin'. That would be Culligan, Lake of the Ozarks. We'll catch you next time here on Lake TV.